From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Batter up, Johnny.
Who's that?
McGraw.
Oh, as if I didn't know. What's on your mind, Bert?
Dollar Mason. Ever hear of her? Her uncle Sylvester Mason.
Mason Steel and Iron?
That's the man. Darla's his favorite niece. About 6 weeks ago, she disappeared.
So?
So, yesterday, a body washed up on Newport Beach not too far from her parents' home.
Darla's?
According to her father.
And you hold a policy on her?
For $25,000, double indemnity.
Ouch. So, why don't you pay it off?
We would have today, except for one thing.
Well, what's that?
Right after Mason identified the body, a man named Dixon showed up and swore it was the body of his daughter.
What?
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Providential Assurance Company, 393 Dewey Avenue, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Mason-Dixon mismatch matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20, taxi from my apartment to the Providential building. The walls of Bert McGraw's office are covered with pictures of sporting events. And as I entered, Bert was preparing to hang another one.
Oh, Johnny. Well, come in, come in. You ever see this?
Who is it?
Who? Was me, that's who. The day I pitched for the Valdosta Lions. Struck out 10 of the cherry pointers that afternoon. Yes, sir.
You win the game for him?
Huh?
I said, did you win the game for him?
Oh. No. Cheating umpire. There. Well, Johnny boy, you ready to join our little team?
I don't know. The body of a girl being found on a beach, Mason identifying it as his daughter, then somebody else showing up.
Henry Dixon.
Yeah, and saying the same thing. Can't the authorities identify her?
Haven't been able to yet?
Neither one of those girls had their fingerprints on record?
Nope.
Well, what about dental work?
Nothing to go on there either.
Oh, brother.
It's not going to be an easy one, Johnny.
How long had the body been in the ocean before it was washed up?
Well, they figure about 6 weeks. You know what that means.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, yes, sir. I see. Uh-huh. Well, if it isn't the Mason girl... Yes, sir. Yes, sir, that's right. Thanks for calling, Captain. That was Captain Miller of the Newport Police.
They find out who she is?
No. So if it is the Mason girl, we're going to have to pay out $50,000 on the double indemnity clause.
You aren't surprised, are you?
No, I didn't think she died from a natural cause. But I didn't think it'd be from a gunshot wound either.
What kind of a gunshot wound?
A 38, right through here.
How old did you say the Mason girl was, Bert?
Oh, around 20. Dixon girl, too. Both of them pretty, full of life. At least they were.
When did the Mason girl disappear?
Oh, about 6 weeks ago.
And the Dixon girl?
Well, she's been missing about 3 months.
Well, one of them's still alive. I'll try to find her. Bert gave me all the information he had on both the Mason and the Dixon families. I took a cab back to my apartment. That's expense account item 2. Item 3, $18.10, transportation, Hartford to Newport, Rhode Island. After checking in at the Ogden Hotel, I called Darla Mason's father, rented a car, and drove out to the Mason home on the beach. I was about to ring the bell when the front door opened.
Hi.
Well, hi.
You must be Johnny Dollar.
That's right.
Come on in. I'm Joan Mason.
Darla's little sister.
Uh-huh. This way, Mr. Dollar. Mother's waiting for you in the den.
Your mother? I thought my appointment was with your...
Oh, my father's indisposed. Besides, Mother's the brains of this family. Of course, if you really want to know about Darla, you ask me.
Maybe I will.
You better. Mr. Dollar's here, Mother.
Thank you, my dear. Come in, please, Mr. Dollar.
See you later, Johnny.
Dreadful mistake my husband made has upset him so. I thought it best to see you myself.
Just what mistake are you referring to, Mrs. Mason?
Well, we've released a statement to the newspapers. I thought you had heard.
No, ma'am, I haven't.
You've made a trip over here for nothing, then.
Oh?
Yes, you see, my husband erred when he identified that body as being our daughter's. It couldn't possibly have been.
Well, I know you're glad of that, Mrs. Mason. But what made Mr. Mason change his mind?
I haven't changed it, Dollar.
George, I thought you were going to stay in your room.
Never mind. Dollar, any questions you want to ask, I'll try to answer them.
Why, George Mason, you've been drinking.
Only enough to take the bad taste out of my mouth, and you know what put it there.
Why,
Don't look so mixed up, Jenny. I tried going along with you, but I got too weak a stomach. So here I am.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Listen, Dollar. Soon as they found out that girl had been murdered, my wife here decided it couldn't have been Darla.
It isn't Darla, and you know it.
Only thing I know is that you got a set idea good, proper people don't die nowhere else but in bed. Because this girl died like she did, because she was shot, you tried convincing me she ain't our daughter. Well, I won't hold still for it. That girl's Darla, no matter what that crazy coot Dixon says.
Me,
or
Mr.
what you
Dollar?
say.
Yes, surely.
You hear? You hear me, Jenny? Oh. Doggone woman. I get so mad at her. Oh, you want a drink, Dollar?
No, thanks. A little early for me.
Yeah, I guess I've had enough, too. Well, Dollar, no matter what way our girl died, she was a good girl. Never gave me a bit of trouble. Never lied, never ran around like some her age do. Oh, she was a real good girl.
Mr. Mason, the police haven't been able to make a positive identification.
I know that.
Well, would you mind telling me why you're so certain that girl is your daughter?
Oh, of course not. First thing, Darla had no reason to run off. She had everything I could give her. Charge accounts all over the place. Everything money could buy. So she had no reason to leave here like she did.
Where was she last seen?
At the Newport Yacht Club, at the bar. Younger daughter Joan saw Darla talking with a stranger. When she walked out of the club, it was the last anybody ever saw of her.
Oh, Mr. Mason, do you have a picture of your daughter that I could borrow for a few days?
Yeah, I might be able to find you one. What do you want with it?
I'm going to try to find her.
You what? Dollar, you...
Or find the Dixon girl.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Well, you might locate Ruth Dixon somewhere.
Do you know the Dixons, Mr. Mason?
No, I never heard of them before this happened.
What about Ruth Dixon? Could Darla have known her?
Oh, of course not.
Are you sure? I mean, isn't it possible that in a small community like this one...
No, it's not possible. Dollar, we're the Masons. Now, maybe that don't mean much to you or to me, but it means an awful lot to my wife. And for the time poor Darla was born, my wife drilled it into her. You understand?
No, I'm not sure that I do.
Well, Darla never mixed with people she thought were beneath her, any more than my wife ever has.
I see.
You don't believe it, you just ask around.
I plan to, Mr. Mason. Mason found a small snapshot of his daughter. I took it and drove back to town. Expense account item 4, 10 cents, one phone call to Henry Dixon. 20 minutes later, I walked through the knee-high weeds that surrounded the Dixon home. Standing on the front porch waiting for me was a tall, thin man.
Afternoon. Mr. Dollar?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I'm glad to know you. Sit down. It's such a nice day, I thought we could talk out here on the porch.
Fine with me.
Dollar.
Yeah?
Look, this whole thing hasn't been easy on my wife. Now, I've spent all day convincing her that I was mistaken, that the girl found on the beach isn't our daughter.
You really believe that?
Oh, I do, and so does my wife. And for the first time in days, she's almost her old self again.
Henry?
Oh, on the porch, Lucille. Mr. Dollar's here.
Oh, my. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh, Lucille, this is Mr. Dollar.
Oh, pleased to meet you, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Dixon.
Well, sit down, Mr. Dollar. Just anywhere.
Oh, Henry built these chairs himself. I wanted to put them in the house, but Ruth, she just wouldn't have it. There.
Yes, Mr. Dollar. I'm not at all sure why you want to see us. Ruth wasn't insured. We never could afford to take out a policy on her.
Well, we did once for her college fund. You remember, Henry?
Yes, but when I was forced to slow down, we had to cash it in. All except about $1,000, that is.
Back in St. Louis, my husband was a school teacher, Mr. Dollar. A fine one. But the doctors made him give it up because of his heart.
Oh, I see. How long have you folks lived in Newport?
5 years and 4 months.
Mrs. Dixon, I imagine you remember just about everything that happened the day Ruth disappeared, don't you?
Oh, my, yes.
Well, did your daughter seem to be upset or emotionally disturbed in any way?
No more than usual.
Well, Ruth was spoiled, Mr. Dollar. Before Henry had to leave his job, we had the money to buy her nice things. Then, when we didn't have it, well, Ruth just never could get used to seeing her friends in their pretty new dresses.
That's one of the reasons we moved to Newport, to get away from that crowd.
Yes, we hoped she would find some friends on her own,
Financial level.
yes, some friends like that. But she wouldn't change.
Did she know the Mason girl? Or ever talk about her?
No, I can't recall that she did.
Now, wait a minute, Henry. She did once.
Oh, when was that?
Oh, about the middle of March. They were having a dance where Ruth worked. When she got home that night, she told me the Mason girl had been there and how nice her hair had looked.
The Mason girl wasn't nearly as pretty.
Oh, no. Have you ever seen a picture of Ruth, Mr. Dollar?
Well, only the one in the newspapers.
Oh, that doesn't look a thing like Ruth. Excuse me.
Surely. Mr. Dixon, was Ruth happy with her job?
Well, considering how little they pay girls for doing hostess work, she was.
Now, here's a real nice picture of her, Mr. Dollar. You just look at this. Isn't that something?
Sure. Mrs. Dixon, where was this taken?
Why, where she worked. At the Newport Yacht Club.
I borrowed the picture after promising to be careful with it. Then I went back to my hotel. At the desk, I stopped for my key and messages and found one from Captain Miller of the Newport Police. He wanted to see me in his office as soon as possible. It took me about 5 minutes to get there.
Dollar,
Yeah, that's right.
in here. I'm Miller, homicide detail. I'm glad you could...
Mr. Dollar, what wonderful good news.
Jenny, leave the man alone.
Well, I didn't expect to find you people here, Mrs. Mason.
No, I'm sure you didn't. And Mr. Mason didn't expect to be here either. Oh, you just wouldn't hold the thought, would you, George? You just wouldn't have faith.
Oh,
You
Jenny.
had our girl dead and buried in her grave.
For heaven's sake, never see anything so disgusting, Dollar.
But she's not. No, sir. Oh, I'm so thankful, so very,
Mrs. Mason, you mean you found her?
They haven't found her yet, Dollar. As a matter
We
of fact...
found proof that she's alive.
What kind of proof?
A slip.
A what?
A little sail. Oh, Mr. Dollar, I'm so excited.
Calm down, Jenny, for heaven's sake.
I'll
What did
calm
you
down
find,
when I'm
Captain?
ready to.
I didn't
Mason,
find
not
it.
one
Mrs. Mason
second
did.
Well, what is it? What is it?
A bill from Kennedy's. That's a department store over in Providence.
Oh, why don't you shut up, woman?
Oh,
Captain, what's a bill got to do with Darla Mason being alive?
Just this. All the Masons have a charge account at Kennedy's.
yes.
So today a bill came to the Mason house addressed to Miss Darla Mason.
You hear? You
Yeah?
hear?
Mrs. Mason opened it.
Yes.
Darla charged a fur wrap in Kennedy's.
Oh. When?
Just last week.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
We often hear about people shooting the bull or throwing the bull. We often do it ourselves on occasion. But here's a story about a bull that threw the man instead of the other way around. When Air Force veterinarian Captain Tony Kamalacher was stationed in the Azores, he was asked by a Portuguese veterinarian to diagnose the wound of a young and promising bull that had been gored by another bull. It came from a long line of famous corrida bulls and was considered very valuable. But Captain Kamalacher's diagnosis was not favorable. An operation was needed, and there were no facilities for such a thing. Just the young captain's bag of surgical instruments, a few strong field hands to hold the animal down, and Mrs. Kamalacher, who acted as nurse. The operating table was a rocky field under a penetrating drizzle of rain. But Captain Tony Kamalacher couldn't be stopped with mere inconveniences. After giving the bull a dose of tranquilizers and a shot of local anesthetic, he proceeded with surgery. Just as the operation was completed, the bull came to life. With a mighty lurch, it leaped to its feet, throwing the field hands aside like sticks, and, for thanks, immediately charged at the surgeon. But Kamalacher escaped over a nearby stone wall. The bull recovered, and its grateful owner renamed it Kamalacher for its debut in the ring, where, Portuguese style, it is against the law to kill the bull. That's how a simple act of kindness brought about new understanding, a step on the road to freedom. The right of all men, everywhere.
Now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Mason-Dixon mismatch matter.
After telling me that the Mason girl had used one of her charge accounts just 5 days before the body was discovered on the beach, Captain Miller produced the original sales slip. Written across the bottom of it was the name Darla Mason.
I wish to heaven I could be positive it's really her signature.
You mean you think it's a forgery, Captain?
I don't think anything yet.
Mr. Dollar, you believe it's Darla's signature, don't you?
Well, I haven't anything to compare the signature with, Mrs. Mason.
Mrs. Mason, do you happen to have any of your daughter's legal documents at home, or her driver's license, or anything else that might contain her signature?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You can order a copy from the Department of Motor Vehicles, Captain.
Yeah, I will.
What do you want it for, Captain?
Well, it's just a matter of form, Mr. Mason. We have to be sure.
But Darla's mother and me, we are sure. And we're the only ones that count.
Well, that's not quite true, Mr. Mason.
What?
Have you forgotten about the Dixons?
Oh, yeah, I guess I did for a minute. Well, you go ahead. Mrs. Mason and me will be at home.
Yes, sir.
You'll let us know as soon as you can, Captain.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Thank you.
Well, Darla, now what?
How far is Providence, Captain?
40 miles. Why?
Well, I don't know about that store over there, but where I came from, before a person could charge on an expensive item like a fur wrap, he'd have to produce some identification.
Unless
Yeah?
the salesperson recognized him. Or her. What do you think?
It's 3:10 now. If we hurry, we might have time to do a little shopping. We made it in an hour and a half. The first salon at Kennedy's is on the second floor, back, away from the escalator.
I remember her quite well, Mr. Dollar.
And you're sure it was Darla Mason?
Oh, yes, I know, because I was so surprised to see her.
Oh, how's that?
Well, I read the papers, Mr. Dollar. I knew she'd been away.
Had you ever waited on her before, Miss Trumbull?
No, I had not.
Do you remember how she was dressed?
Well, she had on a hat. Gray felt fitted real close to her head, so you couldn't see any of her hair. And, yes, a navy blue dress, raw silk, I believe, and real décolleté.
What?
Low cut, Captain.
Oh.
Did you recognize her when she first walked in, or not until she told you her name?
Well, you men are so picky. I don't remember everything.
I'm sorry. Miss Trimble, I have 2 snapshots here. In a moment, I want you to tell me which of these 2 girls is Darla Mason.
Well, that won't be hard to do.
But first, may I borrow a pair of scissors and a small piece of paper, please?
Certainly. Here you are.
Thanks.
What the devil are you up to, Johnny?
Cut and paper hats. What do you think?
What?
Come over here to the counter. Miss Trimble, if you'll just wait there a second, please.
Yes, whatever you say.
This had better be good.
I think it will be. Now watch. All right. I put the snapshots on the counter, and on the head of each girl,
Johnny.
One of my little paper hats.
Oh, really? This is ridiculous.
Is it? Take a look.
But Well, I'll be... When did you spot this?
Today, at the Dixon house. Miss Trimble,
Yes, sir?
would you come over now, please?
Yes, certainly.
All right. Look at the snapshots and tell me which of these ladies bought that fur from you last week.
Why, you've covered up their hair.
You said she wore a hat, didn't you?
Yes, but, well...
Which one of them was it, Miss Trimble?
Well, I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
They look so much alike with their hair covered like that. I'm just not sure.
The Mason girl had worn her hair short in the Italian style. Ruth Dixon, who didn't have the money to spend on beauty parlors, had let hers grow long and full. But both girls had similar features, and apparently I was the only one who had noticed this. Or was I? Captain Miller and I went to the credit department where we compared the signature on the sales slip with Darla Mason's original credit application. After that, well, there was little doubt in our minds as to what had happened. It was almost 7 when I got back to my hotel, took a shower, and stretched out to do a little thinking. Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Hi, yourself. Who is it?
Oh, come on, Johnny. Who are you expecting?
Well...
Don't tell me you've forgotten about our date.
Oh, no. Where shall I meet you, Miss...
I'll meet you. Be right up, Johnny boy.
I wasn't quite dressed when she began pounding on the door. I tucked my shirt in and opened the door.
Hi.
Joni.
Well, who else? Well, don't look so amazed. Invite me in.
Oh, sorry. Come in.
That's more like it.
You don't mind if I leave the door open, do you?
Worried, Johnny?
Oh, no. It's just that I like lots of air.
You're cute.
So are you for a 17-year-old.
18. But
I'm quite sure you are. Now, Joni, before we go out tonight, would you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
I thought you probably would.
Oh, why?
Well, I'm sure everyone in Newport knows about Darla charging that for a rap.
I see.
What do you want to ask me, Johnny?
It's about the day Darla disappeared.
Yes,
Well, you said she was in the bar with a stranger, right?
that's right.
But you and I, we both know that every stranger who enters the yacht club has to sign a guest book. Correct?
Well, he's given a temporary card.
With the name of the member who invited him to the club also registered in the book.
You're very clever, Mr. Dollar.
Why did you lie to the police and your parents, Joni?
Darla's my sister. I thought maybe someday she'd do the same for me.
Will you tell me who the stranger was? Or shall I go over to the yacht club and start checking their guest book?
I'll tell you.
Yeah?
Would you mind closing that door?
Tell me first.
His name's Peter Henson.
Who is he?
My mother can answer that. Or my father.
Who is he, Joni?
A tutor. My mother hired him for Darla and me. He moved into our house about 3 months ago. Of course, he didn't stay long.
Where was he from?
I don't really know. But I know how you can find out.
Yeah?
Mother hires all her help from the Castelloni Employment Agency in Providence. If anyone has his home address, they will.
I started calling the Castelloni agency at 8:30 the next morning. Hanson's last known address was in Providence, and half an hour later I was headed toward the highway. It wasn't until I reached the turnpike that I noticed I was being followed by a battered blue sedan. Hanson had moved, but he'd left a forwarding address, and 3 hours and 2 addresses later, I turned down a lonely oyster shell road and stopped. Ahead of me, I could see a small beach cottage, and still behind me, the battered blue sedan.
You make it real easy for a man to follow you, Mr. Dollar.
If I had known it was you, sir, I wouldn't have.
I hope you don't mind my tagging along like this.
Mr. Dixon.
Now, wait. I know what you're going to say. But let me say this first, Mr. Dollar. I've waited around, wondering if it was our girl you would find, or the other one, for so long. Well, I just couldn't anymore. I had to do something. You understand that, don't you?
Yes, sir, I think I do.
Good. Well, then, you go on about your business, and I won't bother you. You go on up to that house, and I'll wait right here. Go on now.
Yes, sir. I wasn't sure who or what I would find in that beach house, but I was sure no amount of talk could persuade Mr. Dixon to leave until I did. I knocked on the door for a good minute before it finally opened.
Yeah?
Mr. Hanson?
Yeah, what is it?
My name is Dollar. I'm an insurance.
Insurance man. Oh, I thought you... Honey, it's just an insurance salesman. Look, Dollar, even if I had the money, I wouldn't buy any insurance from you. You come around too early.
You didn't let me finish.
Huh?
I'm not a salesman. I'm an investigator.
Oh.
Hey! Oh, no. Give it up, Hanson.
No! Honey! Honey!
Honey!
Pete, don't let him.
You can't stop me, Hanson.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
Come, Pete, come. Pete, no! Oh, Pete. Oh, Pete.
You'll be all right.
Why did you have to find us? Why?
Why did you disappear? You know how much trouble you've caused?
I can read, I know.
It didn't bother you? Your family not knowing whether you were dead or alive?
Not a bit. I'd be happier if they thought I was dead.
Oh, Dolly, you don't mean that.
I proved it, didn't I?
I'm not sure. Why did you disappear?
Because I was bored. Tired and sick of living like my family makes me live.
And how's that?
Come out here. You see those birds?
The seagulls, yeah.
Beautiful, aren't they? You know why?
All right, why?
Because they're free. Because they can live any way they want with no responsibilities, no reputation to worry about. Oh, boy, how I envy them.
Mr. Dollar.
We're around back, sir.
All right, now you tell me something.
Sure.
How'd you know that wasn't me they found on the beach?
Because of that fur wrap you charged at Kennedy's.
But how did... I told them to send the bill here.
They didn't. It went to your house.
Oh, no. Somebody sure goofed.
Yeah, darling. You sure did.
Mr. Dollar, are you all right? I thought... Oh.
Mr. Dixon,
Mr. Dixon?
Yes, darling. He followed me here hoping I'd lead him to his daughter.
Oh. Gee, Mr. Dixon, I'm sorry if there's anything I can do.
My daughter was fine. Decent. But you...
Oh, Mr. Dixon.
After what you did to your parents and to us, making us wonder for so long, not knowing whether it was you or our daughter who was dead. Believe me, I wish it were you.
Like Bert McGraw told me a long time ago, somebody has to handle the rough ones. And for me, this was it. Henry Dixon was in no condition to drive his car, so he rode back with us. And on the way, well, Darla Mason will never forget the things he said to her. Neither will I. As for Ruth Dixon, who murdered her and why, well, that's up to the Newport police. Expense account total, including hotel bill, car rental, and transportation back to Hartford, $319 exactly. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, I suddenly found out there was more to this case I just finished. More. The really tough part. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. Written by Charles B. Smith, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Mary Jane Croft, Jeanette Nolan, Gene Tatum, Frank Nelson, Will Wright, Austin Green, and Marvin Miller. Musical supervision is by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
Well, it's about time.
Huh?
John, where have you been?
Oh, I just took a couple of days off to... Hey, now, wait a minute. Who are you?
This is Harry Branson at Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Insurance Company.
Harry, where have you been?
What?
Well, do you know it's been 6 or 7 months since you've called me in on something?
No, it's only been a little over 5 months. 5.5 months, I should say. As a matter of fact, it's actually 5 months. 12 days.
Okay, Harry. So where have you been?
Well, as a matter of fact, I've been right here in my office at Philadelphia Mutual here on Walnut Street here. John, you're trying to change the subject.
Yeah? From what?
Why, from the insurance matter that has me concerned at the moment.
What insurance matter?
The one I'm calling about, of course.
Harry.
After all, it was you who insisted that we sell him the policy.
Oh, it was, huh?
Though for the life of me, I still can't believe that that's his legitimate name. Smokey Sullivan.
Well, it's as true and legitimate as any... Smokey? Well, what about him?
John.
Yeah? Well?
I told you it was only because of your stubborn insistence that we agreed to insure that underworld character.
Okay. So what's happened to him?
Has something happened to him, John?
Well, has it?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't know... Harry.
Well, will you see what you can do about it?
But you haven't told me about what.
Good heavens, man, do I have to give you a printed diagram, spell out every...
Okay, Harry. I'll grab a train, maybe a plane. I'll be down there to see you.
Well, now, I don't know that that's at all necessary.
It is if I'm to get any sense out of you.
Why, John.
Yeah.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Insurance Company, Home Office, Philadelphia. Investigation of the real ski matter. In spite of the way he sounds, in spite of his being a literal-minded, excitable worrywart, Harry Branson is a good insurance man. Whatever he lacks in, well, imagination spark, he more than makes up for in methodical attention to every detail of his office operation. Paradoxically, then, except for Harry himself, Philly Mutual's home office ticks along like a smooth-running watch. If I was promised an assignment at 9 o'clock of a Monday morning, believe me, it was never a second late. Nor was there ever any question about the size of my fee or expense account, so long as it was justified. Which is one reason I always jumped at the chance to take on a case from Philly Mutual. And now, if my old friend Smokey Sullivan was in trouble, okay then. Expense account, item 1, 1425, taxi out to Bradley Field, plane to Philadelphia, taxi into Harry Branson's office on Walnut Street. Okay, Harry, what's it all about?
John, I tried to tell you over the phone it was not necessary for you to come on down here.
What you told me over the phone didn't make any sense.
And I suppose you'll expect the company to pay your expense account?
Huh?
We shall just see about that.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Yes?
Well? Now, look, Harry, if something serious has happened to Smokey Sullivan...
Did I say anything like that over the telephone?
Well, I'm sure you didn't waste your company's precious money on a long-distance call just to say good morning to me.
Of course not.
And you did mention Smokey.
I certainly did.
Well, come on, Harry. What's it all about?
Arsonist, thief, racketeer, mixed up in more unlawful, illegal, sordid crimes,
Harry.
and by his own admission, too.
Well, so what if he was? He isn't anymore.
I hope
now, would
you're
you tell
right,
me?
John. I certainly hope you're right.
Well, I am right.
But he did have a record.
Oh,
and
look.
why a fine, conservative, respectable old company like Philadelphia Mutual,
Harry.
why you should demand that we issue a combination life and accident policy on such a person.
What's the matter? You gone off your rocker or something?
I beg your pardon.
Don't you realize that your company and half a dozen others all over the country ought to be proud to serve a guy like Smokey?
Guy.
Insure him for nothing, too, and for as much as he wants.
John, a company hardly prospers by doing a thing like that.
Harry, don't you read the reports on my investigations?
Of course.
Don't you know that 2 out of the last 4 cases I've handled for this grand and glorious company of yours would never have been solved if it hadn't had Smokey Sullivan's help?
Of course,
if
I know.
If it hadn't been for his knowledge of the underworld and cities all over the country, his contacts there, do you think I would have gotten to first base, flushed out those crooks, saved your company a lot of precious money?
Well, of course,
each time, Smokey was risking his neck to give me a hand. Now, you remember that.
Well, of course.
Sure. You've been all for it, his giving me and you a hand in these things. But when it comes to giving him a little lousy insurance protection...
Well, of course,
Of course you what?
Well, I'm sure he deserves our every consideration.
You bet he does.
But a man like him, with a past record like his, I mean, all the figures, the actuarial tables...
Show that he's a pretty poor risk, huh?
Exactly, John.
All right. So maybe I am, too, in this job of mine.
The services you perform for us and the... Oh.
Yeah, oh.
Then good, I did the right thing.
Yeah? What's good about refusing to draw up a policy for Smokey Sullivan?
But I did issue one.
Oh, you did?
I admit it was only because of your insistence. But now that you've explained why, well, John, I might suppose it was the right thing.
Well, sure it was. And Harry, I'm sorry I blew my top.
Perfectly understandable, but, John, I said I must suppose it was all right. I meant except for one thing.
Oh? What's that mean?
Well, I'm afraid your trusted friend, Smokey... Well, have you seen this morning's paper? Here, John.
Thanks. I see you're still reading the Philadelphia. What's this?
Yes, that item I put a circle around.
But Oh, no, Harry. No. This can't be right.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the real Smokey matter.
Read it, John, the whole news item.
Toy factory. Burned to the ground.
And I'm afraid your dear trusted friend, Smokey Sullivan...
Millersburg Toy Company. Total loss. Certain proof of arson.
Yes, John?
Captain Oscar Fletcher of the arson squad states that the unusual technique employed indicates beyond the shadow of a doubt it is the work of a man who, although he is not known to have operated in this area since serving a prison term some years ago...
True.
...is unquestionably the work of... Oh, no, Harry, this is wrong.
I'm afraid not, John. That fire was set by Smokey Sullivan.
You mean the arson squad is going to pin this on him because whoever did it happened to use a method that... No, I won't believe it.
You didn't read the rest of the item.
Why bother if they think I'm going to let him pin it on Smokey just
You'd
because
better read it, John.
Why?
I mean about the body they found in the ashes.
Body?
The police are certain that it's Smokey.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
All right, look. Maybe Smokey was a torch man. Maybe Smokey was a lot of things before he went straight.
And that distinctive ring they found on one hand of the body?
So what?
The same ring known to have been returned to Sullivan following his term in Dannemora prison.
So what? Doesn't mean a thing. Smokey would know more. Here's another. Recipient gone to his way. You were
Don.
You for one it's enough to get caught in one of his own fires.
Well, now, of course, that's something...
Yeah, sure. That's something you would know about, but I would. And I know it's ridiculous. Just as ridiculous as this Captain Fletcher deciding the job was done by Smokey.
John Fletcher is considered one of the top men...
Fletcher's a jerk. Oh, Harry, what are we arguing about? All we have to do is get hold of Smokey, let him prove he didn't do it.
Get hold of him.
That's right.
That is the trouble, John.
What do you mean?
You gave us not one, but several addresses for him.
Well, sure I did. I told you he moves around a lot, never stays in one place very long.
I know.
That's why he's been so valuable to me, because anywhere in the country, Harry...
We tried to
wherever I had a
him,
problem...
John, to get his policy to...
I mean, wherever he knew he could help me...
But we couldn't locate him.
Yeah, Smokey's always come up. You haven't been able to find him.
No.
But, Harry, I'm absolutely sure that one of the addresses I gave
No,
you...
John, we've tried for weeks at every one of them. He has simply disappeared from his usual haunts. And when I told the police this morning before I called you...
Sure. They probably said it was because he was hiding out here in Philadelphia, getting ready to pull this job.
Exactly.
Well, I tell you, they're crazy.
I hope you're right, John.
I'm sure I am.
But unless you can find Smokey Sullivan...
Okay, so I'll find him.
Good. How?
Yeah. How? I took a taxi, that's item 2, 75 cents, over to Central Headquarters. And I make no bones about it, I had a big fat chip on my shoulder for Captain Oscar Fletcher for blabbing out his stupid theory about Smokey Sullivan. I was all prepared with a lot of questions, loaded questions for him, and a few well-chosen remarks about his methods, ability, character, and general intelligence or lack of it. But when I met him, I realized this was a mighty able man. The kind who doesn't go off half-cocked. And when he led me down into the morgue...
I know, Dollar. I realized it just as well as you do. That modus operandi could have been used by any one of a dozen known firebugs, present as well as past.
Then all right, then, Captain.
But I also realized that naming a suspect would put the others off guard.
Well, yes.
So the minute we decided it was arson, I named Smokey Sullivan. I knew he'd be acceptable as a suspect. So before we even found the body...
But now that he's served his time, now that he's trying to make up for the old days, don't you see, Fletcher, he doesn't deserve this sort of treatment. Now that he's on our side?
Doesn't he?
Well, why hurt him now? Now that he's on the level.
Dollar, I brought you down here to look at the body. What's left of it. Let's see, take a look at it.
Oh, yeah, sure, why not? But I know darn well it's... Fletcher.
That's right.
The same General Bill. The same...
Right, I know. I couldn't believe it myself.
No, listen, it can't
I'd
be...
spread the word about him for the reason I told you before I saw this. Now, when I did, I couldn't believe it myself. I mean, after all, after what little the fire had left.
No, it can't be, Fletcher. There must be hundreds of men like this, thousands of them right here in Philadelphia.
Wearing that ring?
Yeah, that is Smokey's ring, isn't it?
Oh, I know. I never saw another one like it. So? Dollar?
Well, there's only one way to prove this isn't Smokey Sullivan. By finding him, wherever he is.
Now, we tried that. Your insurance company tried it. They tried it for weeks.
Then I'll try some more.
Huh? What's the use, Dollar? Arson. Smokey's record. What's left of this body that was found in the ruins. And whether it's positively identifiable is beside the because of that ring. Now, whether you like it or not, Dollar, it all adds up.
I'm sorry, Fletcher.
Yeah, so am I, Dollar.
No. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't believe it.
Are you married? How many children do you have? Some people resent being asked such personal questions. They resent it even when a census is being taken. Would you? Or do you know that our Constitution requires the taking of a census every 10 years? And do you know that the purpose of the census is to find out how many people are living in each state? For our Constitution guarantees each state the right to send members to the House of Representatives in accordance with the size of its population. A little state may have only... For the men who wrote our Constitution sought to make our government one that will represent all of the people all of the time, so that your country and mine shall be our country under God.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Item 3 over the next 4 days is $81 for room and board. More important, though, during the time is $116 for phone calls and telegrams to friends, newspaper men, police departments all over the country. Anyone I could think of who might be able to help me locate Smokey Sullivan. Nothing. Okay, Smokey had gotten restless again, as he had many times before. But always before, he told me where he was going. Yeah, maybe he tried to call me after I'd left Hartford. So one of those calls went to my answering service up there. No word from him. And there was always that body in the morgue. So unless I could somehow prove Smokey was alive, locate him. But how? And the only time that Smokey had ever contacted me was when when he thought that maybe, yeah. Item 5, 10 cents for a call to Marty Ross, a top reporter on Philly's biggest morning paper. I told him he'd find a story in exactly half an hour at the corner of 13th and Pine. A story that he ought to give out to all the wire services. Item 6, $50, deposit on a rental car. Item 7, a call to headquarters, and I didn't give the desk sergeant my name, only the license of the car I'd hired. Okay, then. The first time I drove across the intersection of 13th and Pine, against the light, only a few people on the sidewalk noticed it. And, of course, some of the cars trying to cross with the light. The second time I ran it, though, there was a cop there, and I thought I caught a glimpse of Marty Ross. I made the cop my target. And when I made the pass at him, nearly running him down...
Hey! What are you thinking? Oh!
I was a little... It wasn't until the middle of the next morning that he got around to calling on me.
Here you are, Captain. Cheers, Conroy. Thanks, I'll quit it. All right, Dollar. What's the big idea?
Sit down, Captain. Cigarette?
How'd you get those in here?
Old friend of mine.
You mean Marty Ross?
Yeah.
The guy that...
Dropped in to see me this morning. Left a pack of these.
Friend? Yeah, his story of your crazy stunt is all over the country by now. Boy, what's the matter with you? Did you go off your rocker?
Yeah, kind of looks that way, doesn't it? Sure you wouldn't like a cigarette?
Cut out the clowning, will you? Now, you're in trouble, boy.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I do.
Well, now, I thought maybe you, an old friend of mine, could maybe pull some strings.
You're out of your mind. Now, why'd you do it, darling? You drunk?
No.
Is that what you were because of your worry over Smokey Sullivan? Now, come on. Give.
Well, I guess I'd better wait until my hearing before I say anything. Hey, guard.
Dollar.
You want to let Captain Fletcher out of here?
Now, you cut this out, will you? Now, come on, Dollar. Tell me what it's all about. Well, come on. Look, Dollar, be sensible about this, will you? Now, how can I give you a hand? That is, assuming that I will. If you don't... Dollar.
Here we are, Captain.
Dollar foot.
Come see me again sometime, will you, Fletch? Well, after 2 days in that cell, even the guard wouldn't listen to me, just kind of sneered at me. I began to think that maybe I'd overplayed my hand. I asked if he'd get Captain Fletcher back to see me. No response. When he brought in the meals, I argued, I pleaded, I threatened him, reminded him that a citizen has some rights, even in jail. Well, he walked away as though he didn't even hear me. Then, the morning of the third day, I was handcuffed and led upstairs to a small hearing room, I guess you call it. At any rate, there was a man there in judge's robes and a pretty cold-blooded expression on his face.
Your name is Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, that's right. Now, Your Honor...
Instead of the usual formal hearing, I've decided not to waste any time on your case.
Well, Honor, maybe it was kind of a crazy stunt. But when I tell you the reason for it...
It's no use, Mr. Dollar. These circumstances are deadly and civilly against the ops office.
Well, now,
Please, or shall I send you back to your cell?
Well, now, look, is this some kind of a... Your Honor,
Silence.
Do you call this a hearing?
I do not.
Well, all right, then.
Silence, please. Your caper with that rental car involved more than might have met the eye.
Well, it was meant to. Don't you see? Don't you... Yes, sir.
That apparent attempt on the patrolman's life. But someone had called headquarters to look out for that car. Someone had also called a newspaper man to be sure that he now... Just let me finish.
Yes, sir.
But then the appearance early this morning from somewhere on the West Coast, I believe, of a man we'd been looking for. Yes, Dollar. Captain Fletcher had been looking for him in spite of the body in the morgue.
Then, Judge...
Smokey Sullivan came here to help you, as I'm sure you hoped he would.
Yeah, I knew the newspaper reports.
Will you please keep quiet?
Yes, sir.
Well, Dollar, when Smokey arrived here, Fletcher took him right over to the scene of the fire. Smokey immediately recognized the handiwork of an old crony of his who could almost have passed for his twin.
Then...
The only other man he ever knew to wear the same kind of ring he wore and still wears. Smokey's waiting in there, by the way, to see you.
Then you mean that you know...
I mean that your crazy caper worked, Johnny. Conroy, take off his handcuffs.
Oh, boy. Judge, you're okay. And you say that Smokey's in the next room?
Hi, Johnny.
Smokey.
Yeah.
Smokey, you old son of a gun.
Yeah.
Now, just 1 minute, Johnny.
Yeah. I mean, yes, sir.
We're deeply indebted to you for this. It was all done most ingeniously.
Wow.
And as for the traffic violations, you're fined $15.
Oh,
But next time, please don't scare one of our patrolmen out of his wits.
Well, sir, the reunion with Smokey was a dilly. And, of course, it goes on this expense account, as does a slight gratuity for him. And the cost of his trip from the coast and back. Yeah, he's settled out there now. So the total, including my fine and my own trip back to Hartford, $621 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Harry Bartell, Stacey Harris, Lou Merrill, Vic Perrin, Tom Hanley, and Bill James. Be sure to join us, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wald speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, this is Peter H. Fillmore at the Office of Surety Mutual Insurance Limited here in Denver.
Mr. Fillmore.
Dollar, I want you out here. I've just uncovered a racket that has been costing our company a lot of money.
What kind of a racket?
Robberies, grocery store robberies, whole series of them.
What's being taken, cash or goods?
Cash, on Saturday nights, with most discouraging regularity. But, Dollar, with all the facts I can give you, well, I see no reason why you shouldn't be able to round up the gang that's doing this in short order.
You think there's a gang involved?
That's my conclusion, and I'm certain you'll agree with it when I give you the information I have.
I see.
Which means there may be some danger involved in this investigation.
Oh, that's the understatement of the week.
However, I understand you're quite used to that sort of thing.
Oh?
And in view of the importance to our company of putting a stop to these robberies, of bringing the criminals to justice...
Now, Mr. Fillmore...
Well, we shan't quibble over your expense account. Or even any extraordinary expenses you may incur.
Now, look.
And, Dollar, there will also be the customary fee. The commission for any recovery of actual money you may be able to effect.
Listen, would you please?
More than ample compensation, I would say, for the fact your own life may be endangered. So, Dollar...
Mr. Fillmore,
Dollar, I'll expect you out here on the first possible plane flight. Goodbye, sir.
Huh? Oh, sure. Goodbye. Maybe forever, huh?
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Thirsty people everywhere prefer ice-cold Pepsi-Cola. And because it's light, it refreshes without filling.
Charlie, be sociable.
I am, Kay. Pepsi is a favorite of thirsty people from Maine to Hawaii, from Alaska to Florida.
Charlie.
It's perfect for parties or picnics, so serve Pepsi to your guests.
That's helpful, but...
This is the sociable part. Keep plenty of Pepsi ice cold and ready. Remember, it goes fast because everybody likes Pepsi.
Singing still sounds more inviting. May I? Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and have a Pepsi.
But singing doesn't say, pick up an extra carton of Pepsi today. Better yet, get a case.
You do that.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Surety Mutual Insurance Limited, Denver office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Saturday night matter. After including an extra box of 38 shells in my luggage, I spent item 1, $77, plane fare, Hartford to Denver, Colorado. Item 2 is $1.95 for a cab to the office of Surety Mutual and Mr. Peter H. Fillmore.
Here in Denver? No, Dollar. All over the state. In a regular pattern. A pattern that has finally, today, enabled me to realize there's a connection between these robberies.
Well, you better tell me all about it, Mr. Fillmore.
Well, in the first place, you must understand that insurance against loss of actual cash, well, not many companies issue it. Without limit, that is.
So I understand.
However, since virtually all of our accounts are the commercial type, you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, I think so. Instead of individual life and home policies, endowments, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Manufacturing plants, merchandising organizations, that sort of thing. Including a great many stores, both large and small, including 50 or more grocery stores, supermarkets.
I see.
Dollar, it was my own idea to insure them against unlimited loss by robbery. And I must say it's increased our number of clients considerably.
Yeah, I think so. But don't the premiums for that kind of protection have to come pretty high?
Oh, very high. As a result, the company has shown a very nice profit over the past couple of years. But, of course, if these robberies continue...
Yeah, you say there's been a definite pattern to them.
Yes. To begin with, Dollar, every one of them has occurred on a Saturday night.
When the markets are likely to have more cash on hand than usual, huh?
Exactly.
How many robberies have there been?
So far, 8.
Well, that's about time you were catching up with them.
Exactly.
So, on with the pattern.
The robbers have forced their way in at gunpoint, just as the owner, alone, was about to lock up and leave. In each case, there have been 2 of them, wearing nylon stockings over their faces by way of disguise. One of them, tall and husky, the other one, short and thin. That's about as much description as we've been able to learn from the store owners. And don't forget, Dollar, there's been no real coordination of police effort in these robberies.
Because they've all occurred in different towns.
Exactly. And that brings us to the important part of the pattern, which I only realized this morning. Whereupon I called you immediately.
Well?
The first was right here in Denver. The next in Pueblo, then Colorado Springs, Aurora, Lakewood, Englewood, Greeley. Last Saturday, a week ago tonight, the Casey Market over in Boulder was robbed. True to pattern.
I'm afraid I don't quite see it.
Denver, the largest city in the state. Then Pueblo, the next largest.
I'll take your word for it.
Then Colorado Springs, next in size to Pueblo. Then Aurora.
And so on down the line?
Exactly, Dollar. Exactly.
And the last robbery was in Boulder?
Just a week ago. So there may be another one tonight.
All right. If you know the population of the various towns in the state as well as you seem to, you ought to be able to tell me where they'll go next, whether it's tonight or next Saturday or whenever.
That's just the trouble.
What?
Until I get the latest population figures, well, I don't know. It'll be either in Wheat Ridge, barely northwest of Denver here, or in Grand Junction.
How far away is that?
Some 260 miles.
Oh, great.
Now, the last figures I have show 18,014 in Wheat Ridge, 18,021 in Grand Junction. But that may have changed by now.
And there's no way of checking?
Not before tonight, when there may be another robbery. Yet somehow you must decide on one of those towns and be there to prevent it.
I must decide.
Of course. And I'm certain you realize how important your decision is.
Oh, sure.
Very well, then, Dollar. Which is it? Wheat Ridge or Grand Junction? Well, come on, man. There isn't much time.
Well, let me see if I have a quarter in my pocket. Yeah, here we are.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Pretty important decision, huh?
It certainly is.
Okay, then. Heads, I go to Wheat Ridge. Tails, I go to Grand Junction.
What?
Can you think of a better way?
Talk about
best-selling records. Here's a familiar tune about America's best-selling filter cigarette, Winston. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. And you know, that's because only Winston has filter blend up front. Choice, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. No wonder Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Smoke Winston.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Saturday Night Matter.
Now, Dollar, do you mean to say you think you can determine which city this gang of grocery store robbers will hit by the flip of a coin? This is ridiculous.
I asked you, can you think of a better way?
Well? All right, Dollar.
Okay, then.
But don't you see, if you go to Wheat Ridge, they strike in Grand Junction.
Be kind of too bad, wouldn't it?
Exactly. We'd have to pay off another big insurance claim, perhaps thousands of dollars. And, Dollar, I'd hold you responsible.
Me?
Yes.
Responsible for what, Mr. Fillmore?
Huh?
And I take it you're Johnny Dollar.
Now,
then.
look
That's
here,
right,
Dollar,
right?
this is the most...
Easy, PH.
Dollar, this is Albert Berry, my assistant.
How are you, Johnny?
Al?
Albert is the one who really built up this plan of mine for insuring the stores against loss of cash.
I see.
And if you want my opinion, PH, and I've said this before, we'd better stop issuing any more such policies right away.
No.
Cancel those that are outstanding. Give them a rebate and forget this whole thing.
No, Albert. Admit that we're beaten by a bunch of crooks? You know I wouldn't.
Yes, I know you wouldn't. But I still think you should. If we have to face any more of these losses...
Let me worry about the losses. You just keep running up your nice big commissions on those policies and be glad you're getting them.
No, sir.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I won't let you. PH.
Well?
PH, I'd rather leave the company than have to continue feeling responsible as I do.
Responsible? For what?
Don't you understand, sir? I'm the one who sold the policies. And if any more of these robberies occur...
Oh, don't worry, my boy. They won't. Thanks to my perceptive mind, little ingenuity, my own deductions, Dollar here is going to put a stop to them.
Well, I knew you were sending for Mr. Dollar, but how will he know where the gang plans to operate next?
Well, of course he will. At least, well...
Very easy, Al. Look here.
What?
Tails. Okay, that means that I'm about to head for,
Yes? Where?
Dollar, good heavens,
Just
man.
keep your shirt on, Mr. Fillmore.
What if these criminals...
If they hit the other town on the list, they won't stand a chance of getting away with it there either.
How can you be sure?
Just leave it to me, huh?
Dollar.
Now, I'll see you later. I gotta get busy. The coin had come up tails. That meant I was to head for Grand Junction. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but that's the way it was. Since it was afternoon, I'd have to make good time to get there before dark. So, expense account item $350 deposit on a rental car. But first, I drove to Wheat Ridge, to the police headquarters there. I talked with a Sergeant Keesley.
Oh, sure. The supermarket's just a couple of blocks south of here. You must have passed it.
Yeah, I did.
Well, don't worry, Dollar. If they hit again tonight and that's their target, they won't stand a chance. We'll have that place so well covered.
Good.
Well, now, wait. What if they pick Grand Junction? You want me to phone the boys in the department over there?
No, that won't be necessary. I'm heading on over there right now.
Good. That's better than me trying to explain this complicated pattern you've stumbled on.
Yeah.
Now, your man there in Grand Junction is Lieutenant Dick Speidel.
Okay.
You tell him you've talked to me, and he'll do anything you want.
Good.
He's a nice, cooperative guy, and he knows his way around.
First, we can't be sure they'll operate again tonight. Maybe they'll skip a week.
We'll still be ready for them if they follow their pattern. So will the boys in Grand Junction.
Okay. Thanks, Sergeant. I'll be in touch. I picked up Route 6 and headed on west. Fortunately, the traffic was light, and I made good time over the broad winding highway. And I'll say this, it's a mighty beautiful drive through that country. More than once I spotted clear, cold streams where I knew darn well there were plenty of fighting trout to be taken during the season. And maybe with luck, I'll be able to go back someday and wet a line, there in the shadow of one of the imposing mountain peaks. I stopped at Glenwood Springs long enough to gas up and grab a sandwich. That's item 4, 5 1/4. Then drove on, hoping an early sunset wouldn't spoil the view of the scenery. But you know something? Keeping at that scenery was my undoing. Yeah, too much attention to it had caused me to disregard another car on the road following me. And it finally caught up with me at the beginning of a short detour, only a few miles from Grand Junction, about where Asbury Creek joins the Colorado River. The highway was wet from the melted snow. It slowed down to cross a narrow temporary wooden bridge when the other car pulled up to me, then swung into my left rear and threw me into a skid. Hey, what the devil?
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment.
Meet star Stuart Irwin.
Nothing's worse for an actor than a nasty cold. To feel better quickly, I take wonderful 4-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve cold distress.
Right. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
Take my advice. For your next cold, take 4-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve those cold miseries.
4-way, only 29 cents.
And now here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Had dandruff for years? Now get rid of it in 3 minutes with Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, embarrassing dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave hair up to 35% brighter. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Things were a little vague after my car got pushed off the road on the way into Grand Junction. I remember lying there in the wreckage, cold, terribly cold, but unable to move. Then the state highway patrolman who came along pulled me out from under the steering post, and I remember passing out again when the warmth inside their car hit me. I remember being wheeled along on a stretcher through a long corridor, the smell of antiseptics, then the sight of a hand with a hypo in it poised above my left arm.
Nothing but shock, I'm certain of it. This will help him to sleep. And in a few hours, he should
After
be as
that,
good.
a soft, warm, comforting darkness. Oblivion. Then, when I finally came to and there was sunlight streaming in through the hospital window.
Just take it easy, Dollar.
What?
Take it easy and get some rest, and you'll be all okay. I'm Lieutenant Dick Spidle.
Oh. Lieutenant.
Sergeant Keesley over at Wheat Ridge called about you.
Yeah, well,
Just
look,
wanted to make sure everything was all right over here. You're in Grand Junction, you know.
Did they nab the gang behind the market robbery last night, was it?
No trouble at all over there. Nothing happened. But I sure wish you hadn't skidded off the road
Skidded?
before you could get
Listen,
to me.
there was another car. It came up behind me.
Yeah,
and
I know. So far, we haven't been able to get a lead on it.
What if they didn't hit the market over there?
Yeah, Dollar. It was the Bluebird supermarket right down the street from here. Over $3,000.
Yeah? Well?
A set of tire marks, same as from the car that ran you off the road. But that's all.
Oh.
Except for one thing.
What's that? What?
Now, look, you're in no shape to worry about this thing now.
You said
Doc
except for one
says
thing.
You need a lot of rest.
What is it?
But when you're up and around
What is
again,
it, Lieutenant?
Well, when Barnaby Schultes came out here from the west and opened that market.
Yeah?
Well, always when somebody comes here with a lot of money, I run a check on him.
And?
Schultes has a record of stock manipulations, of phony bankruptcies across the country as long as your arm.
Sure. So when his market gets robbed after he's made sure of collecting a lot of insurance for it.
Worth thinking about, isn't it?
Oh, you bet your sweet
So
life.
you lie here quietly and think about it, Dollar.
Oh, wait a minute,
and
Lieutenant.
in case you're thinking about getting out of here and doing something about it before
Now,
you're okay again.
listen, will you?
Well, it just happens I have a man outside the door to see that you don't. Not until the doc says you can.
Lieutenant!
You take care of yourself.
Munch
munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips. It's not polite to smack your lips, but you can't help it with Fritos, corn chips. Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Fritos are the perfect after-school or between-meal snack. Golden chips of corn just made to munch. A nutritious treat for children and grown-ups alike. Fritos corn chips are full of such good, crisp flavor, such good-for-you nourishment. There's contentment in every munch.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Whenever you want good munching, get Fritos corn chips. Whenever you want to add zip to a lunchbox, to salad, soup, or sandwiches, serve Fritos corn chips. They're America's favorite. Golden chips of corn just made to munch. Fritos, Fritos corn chips.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Now, Act 4 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Early the next morning, I was out of the hospital and back in Denver at the office of Peter Fillmore. I was sure I had a lot of the answers to this case and told him so.
Yes, go on, Dollar.
Well, sure, it's an open invitation to robbery. Well, don't you see, the market owners could arrange these robberies themselves. Not only collect the insurance, but get a cut on whatever was taken.
Good heavens.
Yeah, sure. And look, didn't you tell me the owners couldn't seem to come up with a very good description of the crooks? Couldn't or wouldn't?
They've done it themselves. Every man has a price.
No, that isn't the answer. Well, not all of it. Each one of them arranging themselves wouldn't account for a whole string of them in various different towns. So it means that somebody's been getting to them, that somebody's been running a robbery ring.
But that means... Why, don't you see, Dollar? That means the ringleader must be someone who knows exactly which of the markets has bought this type of insurance from us.
To quote you, Mr. Fillmore, exactly. So you'd better start thinking of somebody right here in your own office.
Exactly?
Sure.
No, I mean...
You mean exactly, because he could clean up on this operation both ways. By getting a nice fat commission on all the policies that he sold.
But the only
and then
man...
by arranging the robberies, then taking a cut on them.
But good heavens, I simply can't believe that...
Al Berry, collecting both ways. Real smart about it, too. He told you he wanted you to give up this silly insurance, but he knew that you wouldn't.
Albert.
But even if you did, he wouldn't care, because he's already cleaned up enough to walk out of here a rich man.
And you'd better not move, either one of you.
Albert.
Well, hi, Al.
I heard everything, Dollar.
Good for you.
You shouldn't have made it so obvious that you went through my files before I got here this morning.
Well, now, that's right, I did. To see how your list of policies compared with the markets that have been held up. It was a dead giveaway, Al.
Was it?
I mean, you're pulling those jobs in the same order as the insurance you sold. Starting with the biggest accounts in the biggest towns and working on down. Pretty stupid, Al.
All right, Dollar.
Oh, no.
Ever seen a gun with a silencer?
Now, look, don't be silly, please. Do you think I'd be foolish enough to have come over here alone, knowing what I know about this?
What are you talking about?
The police. What else?
Oh, sure. Standing right outside the door, waiting.
That's right.
Don't try to be cute, Dollar. It won't work. Huh? That's right. No, listen, Sergeant.
Just relax, Al. Enough to let that thing drop out of your hand. Gently.
Thanks, Sergeant. Sure. In the hope it might make things easier for him, Al produced the punks who'd been working with him, who'd actually pulled the jobs. And then he came up with most of the dough from the robberies. But you know something? I doubt if it'll do him any good, nor the store owners who'd played along with him. Expense account total, including hospital bill on the ride back to Hartford, $30101. And I'll leave the car that was wrecked to you. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation is something people don't talk much about, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Now, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Well, pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, down to Sarasota, Florida, to a case of the almost perfect crime. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Bartlett Robinson, James McCallion, Forrest Lewis, and Russell Thorson. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
This is Jim Amici, and this is 1960. Experts say it'll mark the beginning of the world's most productive years, a boom time, years of plenty. Well, that's good news for us in America, but let's remember that there are still millions in this small world who do not have enough to eat. People who need shelter, people who need medicines, people who need a kindly helping hand. So it's time to give like 60. This is the week of the Catholic Bishops' Relief Fund Drive, a time to renew the treasury of the worldwide organization which last year helped 40 million people in 40 different countries. This year, there's a new magic in giving. Every dollar you contribute to the Bishops' Fund releases $30 worth of stockpiled surplus supplies. Give now. Help the hungry and homeless overseas. Give through your local Catholic church or Bishops' Relief Fund, Empire State Building, New York. It's a small world. Let's make it a better one.
Radio 59, Albany, New York. WROW, the Tri-Cities #1 station for news.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here, Johnny.
Well, George, I'm really glad to talk to you.
Oh? Why do you say it that way?
Because every insurance case I handle for that company of yours pays me a nice fat fee. And right now I can use a little extra cash.
Well, now, Johnny...
So tell me all. What's Floyd's of England upset about this time?
Well, I'm not sure.
Uh-oh, here we go again.
But, Johnny, I just received a transatlantic telephone call from Paris, France, from a man who wanted to contact you but didn't know where to call you. And he identified himself only as Le Chat Gris.
Ah? Le Chat Gris?
It's French, Johnny.
No.
And I believe it means the gray cat.
Yeah. And George, the name fits him.
You know him, then?
His real name is de Marsac. He probably knows more about the dark alleys and back streets of Paris.
Oh?
Yeah, and about the people. In other words, the underworld. What did he call about?
He mentioned the Blue Madonna.
The what?
It's a painting, Johnny, a small oil painting by a modern artist named Vincent Bardot. It's owned by a Mr. Kingsley Holland down in Philadelphia.
Yeah?
It hangs in the Gavin Galleries, and we've insured it for $12,000.
Well, what did he have to say about it?
Only that you're to call him. His number there in Paris is Orleans 57722.
Uh-huh.
That he has some very interesting information for you about that painting.
Oh, sure. That he'll be glad to give me for a price.
Exactly. I can't for the life of me figure what his interest is in it. If there were anything amiss, I'm sure the gallery would have called me.
George, if you knew that character as well as I do, you'd okay my expense account without even looking at it and be willing to pay me that big fee I was talking about.
What do you mean?
Want to make a bet?
What kind of a bet?
I'll give you odds of 10 to 1 that whatever's hanging in that gallery down there in Philadelphia is not the Blue Madonna.
What? Now, look, Johnny, good heavens.
George, I'll be talking to you.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Blue Madonna matter. Expense account item 1, $12 even for a phone call to my underworld contact in Paris, France, a man by the name of Dumarsac, who calls himself the Gray Cat.
Oh, oui, Monsieur Dollar. This is your very dear friend, Le Chagris?
Very dear friend, huh? Now listen, you telephoned George Reed that you have some real hot information about a painting his company insured.
Ah, oui, Le Madonna Bleu. What did you call the Blue Madonna?
Okay. How much you want this time?
Oh, monsieur, you touch me to the quick. Well, one might think that I slave and suffer and risk my life on your behalf only for money.
How much, Dumarsac?
Say, $1,000.
$1,000? Look, if your info's worth anything, I'll send you a check for $50.
$50? No. 900?
Okay, I'll make it 75.
But, monsieur, 750?
How about an even 100?
500.
2.
4?
3, that's final.
Oh, please. 200?
Okay, 200.
Oui. Eh? No.
It's all settled, $200. Now, what about the Blue Madonna?
Yes. It is now here in Paris.
Yeah, where?
In the shop of Monsieur Dubuisson on the Rue des Pas de la Moule.
Dubuisson? Huh. You sure it isn't just a copy? That he'll try to foist it off on some wealthy sucker?
Dubuisson is a crook, an evil crook. But he is an honest one.
Oh, sure.
Yes, and he knows the works of art. Also, he's very clever. To get his price, he will wait until the real Madonna is discovered missing.
If it really is. That's what I'll check on now.
And then you will send me the $500, my very dear friend.
200, remember?
Oui, I cheated myself. But, monsieur...
Yeah?
Suppose I could find out who smuggled the painting into him, eh?
Fine.
That would be worth a lot to you, no? Say, 1,000?
We'll see. I'll be talking to you. Item 2, 420. I phoned to my old pal, Foster Harmon, down in Sarasota, Florida. Told him I'd pay his fare if he'd grab the first plane out and meet me in Philadelphia at the Bellevue Stratford Hotel. I knew that if anybody could identify the genuine painting, he could. Item 3, $9.40 for my own transportation to the city of brotherly love. Item 4, $9.50, cocktails and dinner for the two of us there at the Bellevue.
Yes, the Blue Madonna is one of Vincent Bardot's best-known works. I don't think there's another living artist who could so effectively use various shades of just one color. But what about it, Johnny?
Well, first thing in the morning, I want you to come along with me and take a look at it.
It's in the Gavin Galleries, isn't it, up on Walnut Street?
Yeah, at least it's supposed to be.
Suppose?
Now, all I want you to do is take a good look at it, then reserve any comments until after we get out of the place.
And?
That's all.
Well, but Johnny...
Meantime, I want to check with the owner of that painting. The telephone directory gave me Kingsley Holland's address. Item 4, 620 for a cab to a small apartment house out in West Philadelphia. Holland turned out to be, well, I'd say he was about 30, short, lean, and nervous, with the surly expression of a man who feels the world hasn't done right by him.
Yeah? You mean you're interested in buying the Blue Banana?
Well, it all depends, Mr. Holland.
Uh-huh. Look, Dollar, that's what you said your name is?
Yes, that's right, Johnny Dollar.
Sounds familiar. Well, anyway, listen.
Yeah?
That gallery's got a price of $18,000 on it. But if you want to buy it direct from me, and right now, I'll give it to you for $12,000. Save yourself a few $1,000, and it'll save me having to pay them their 20%.
But if you've already commissioned the gallery to sell it for you...
So I'll tell them I changed my mind, that I want to keep it. Then when they find out that I've sold it, well, let them try and catch up with me and collect. Because me, I'll be right back in little old gay Paris.
Back in Paris?
Sure, I'd be there still, only I ran out of money.
$12,000, huh?
That's exactly what it's insured for. And that's what they appraised it for when I got it from my uncle's estate. With all his money, what does he die and leave me with but a lousy painting? Well, do you want it?
Let me think about it. I'm staying at the Bellevue Stratford.
Sure. Just don't tell them at the Gavin Gallery about our little deal, huh? What those crooks don't know won't hurt it.
Crooks?
You think for a minute all that stuff they've got laying around the place is genuine? But the Blue Madonna is.
You're sure?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Just stick around, Mr. Holland.
Any reason why I shouldn't?
I don't know. Is there?
Now, wait a minute, Dollar.
I'll be in touch with you.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Blue Madonna matter.
Had Kingsley Holland, the owner of the painting, recognized my name? I thought so. And if a switch in that painting had been made and he knew about it, well, I'd do well to look out for him. Yeah, the more I thought about it, the more certain I became that whatever hung in the Gavin galleries was not the Blue Madonna. Item 5, another $6 for a taxi back to my hotel. Item 6, $5.80, breakfast the next morning for Foster Harmon and myself. By 10 o'clock, we were at the Gavin galleries, looking at a pretty modern, but I must say beautiful painting.
Amazing, Johnny. Amazing. The most extraordinary. Well, I just can't believe it.
Can't believe what, Foster? That it's the real thing or just a good copy?
Oh, good morning, sir. That's just it. You see,
I've helped these gentlemen.
Johnny.
Hold it, Foss.
That painting, you know, is a genuine Bardot.
Yeah? My name is Johnny Dollar. This is Mr. Foster Harmon.
Gentlemen, I'm Arnold Gavin. You're interested in buying the Blue Madonna?
If this is really it.
Johnny, listen.
Wait, Foster. What is the price of it, Mr. Gavin?
20,000. Mr. Dollar, did you say?
Yeah, but, wow. Haven't you got a Bardot that's a bit cheaper?
His Laconic Lagoon is priced at 10,000.
Holy. Well, how about a copy of this?
Bardot has never allowed his works to be copied.
Johnny, listen.
Yeah, Foster. It looks like this stuff is too rich for our blood.
No.
Come on, let's go back to the Bellevue Stratford.
No, listen.
Perhaps there's something else that might interest you.
No, I'm afraid not, but thank you.
That's quite all right. Now, look, suppose I come back later.
Johnny, listen.
Come on, will you?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Gavin.
Now, Johnny.
Just take it easy. Well, Foss?
It's a fraud, Johnny. It's a copy. I'm sure of it.
Hey. Did you say that Blue Madonna's a copy, mister?
Yes.
Wait,
Well, I thought you were looking at it kind of funny there in the gallery.
Yes, sir. It's a fraud.
Foster.
You don't mind my asking, who are you?
My name is Foster Harmon.
Harmon? From the John Ringling Museum down in Florida?
That's right.
Well, then you ought to know.
Now, just a minute, mister.
Say, aren't you Johnny Dollar, the insurance investigator?
So what? Who are you?
Me? Well, I'm Rube Alloway of Transworld News Service.
News Service? Oh, fine.
Yeah, I'll see you, boys, and thanks a lot.
Well, Foss, it looks like you opened your mouth and stuck my foot in it.
Well, I'm sorry, Johnny, but what I said is true. That Blue Madonna is an imitation, a phony.
That much I already knew. At least I was pretty sure of it.
But don't you see the amazing thing? Well, Johnny, that copy is so perfect, so exactly in the style of Vincent Bardot, even to little things, little idiosyncrasies that even the finest copyist couldn't match. Certain minute details about an artist's work are as distinctive, as impossible to copy as a man's own fingerprints.
Yeah, well...
What I'm trying to say is that if I didn't know every brush mark on the original...
Okay, Foss, forget it.
Forget it?
Hey, listen. Kingsley Holland, the owner, and I wouldn't trust him for a minute. I think he knows who I am. If so, and if he knows that painting is just a copy, well, he's pretty sure to figure out what I'm doing here.
Johnny, he must know it's a copy. If he gave it to the galleries to sell.
Perhaps. Or maybe the switch was made after it was hung there.
Then what you're saying is that either one of them could be responsible for the fraud.
That's right. How well do you know the Gavin galleries?
Well, they're not very big. You could see that for yourself. And, of course, they're rather new in the business.
I think I'd better get a rundown on this Arnold Gavin while we're waiting at the hotel.
Waiting? What for?
Well, you plant a couple of seeds. You hope that one of them will sprout.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Foss, I told both of them who I am in the hope they'd guess at why I'm here. I also gave them reason to suspect I think that Blue Madonna's a phony.
Well, I'm afraid that I may have led Arnold Gavin to feel that way.
Same thing. I also made it very plain to them that I'm staying at the Bellevue Stratford. In other words...
Good heavens, Johnny, if you mean what I think you do.
Yeah? Like what, Foss?
You think that one of them, the crook, will come to the hotel and try... Well, don't you see, Johnny, knowing that you're on to him, he might try to kill you.
Can you think of a better way to bring him out in the open?
Johnny.
Come on, let's get back to the hotel. And wait.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
After all, there was no reason to drag Foster any further into this mess, although I knew he'd be game to see it through. So I paid him for all his expenses. That's item 7, 151 even, and sent him on back to Sarasota. Item 8, 10 cents for a phone call to Sergeant Jerry Hawkins at police headquarters. About mid-afternoon, he called me back.
Boy, did you ever start a riot.
Well, what'd you find out for me about Gavin and Holland?
Well, Holland's just a lazy kid that's been trying to live off his relatives all his life.
And Gavin?
Okay, so far as we know. But listen, you seen the papers?
No.
The story about that phony painting is on every wire service in the country. All you can see in the headlines is that name Bardot. And I don't mean Bridget. Johnny, you and that Foster Harmon ought to collect a publicity fee.
Are you holding Gavin or Holland?
Well, what on? Sure, the boys have questioned both of them, but unless we can show some evidence that one of them pulled the switch. Johnny, you got any ideas?
Yeah, Jerry. Suddenly, I think maybe I have.
Well, then start talking so I can make a pitch.
No, I don't think you will.
What do you mean, if you know who did it?
Well, I didn't say that. But, Jerry, I've got a hunch, a real potent one. And if it's right...
Yeah?
Well, read tomorrow's papers.
Huh?
Item 9, half a buck for an evening paper and a tip for the bellboy who brought it up to me. Yeah, the sergeant was right. This was the most free advertising any artist has had in years. Prices on genuine Bardots were skyrocketing. As for the fake Blue Madonna, I put in a fast call for Paris. But before the operator could get it through... Yeah?
Arnold Gavin, Mr. Dollar.
Well, Mr. Gavin...
Do you see what has happened? Have you seen the papers?
I sure have.
And the police have closed my shop, my galleries.
Can you blame them?
But don't you understand? I've had offers of up to $30,000 for the Madonna. I've received wires offering me nearly $20,000 for the other Bardot, the real one.
No kidding.
Well, I'll show you how much I'm kidding. I've cabled Bardot to paint some more for me. Paint anything. Don't you see? After all this publicity, we'll make $1 million.
So it was you that rigged this whole thing, huh, Gavin?
I, Mr. Holland? Why, of course not.
Sure, to raise the price of some of your lousy paintings.
Why, how can you say that? You who gave me that copy.
Expert, huh? You trying to tell me you didn't know that was a copy?
No. It was only this morning when the authority from Sarasota, when I called in the people from the museum here in Philadelphia. Do you know what they said?
What? And it better be good.
They said the only one who could have made that copy...
Wait a minute.
The only artist in the world who could have possibly...
Hold it. Hold everything. Holland, you said you got that painting from your uncle's estate.
That's right. It was willed to me.
Where did your uncle get it?
Why, Well, listen.
I'm listening.
Dollar, that Madonna was smuggled into it.
Smuggled?
That's right.
But by whom?
Well, believe it or not.
I think I can tell you who. And if this is my call to Paris, well, maybe I can even tell you where he is now. Johnny Dollar.
This is your dear and faithful friend, Le Chagris.
Good. Now listen.
And for the information I can give you this time, you will have to pay me a vast sum of money.
You're about to tell me that the Blue Madonna was smuggled into Paris by none other than the artist himself.
This?
By Vincent Bardot.
Exactly. So that should be worth it, but how did you know?
All right. All I want to know now is where is he? You know.
He's not in Paris.
Where is he? For $100? 150?
300.
Oh, for that much I'll find out for myself. Goodbye.
No.
Okay, 200 or I hang up on you.
Well, only for you, my best, my oldest friend.
Where?
He is aboard the plane for the United States.
I might have guessed it.
He has the Madonna Bleu with him. He received the cable this morning.
Great. I'll send you a check. You hear any of that, Mr. Gavin? Holland?
Well, yes, but I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, I sure don't.
Then maybe this call will help you.
Headquarters?
Sergeant Jerry Hawkins.
Yes, sir? Sergeant Hawkins.
You can have the boys in New York pick him up or wait for his plane to arrive here in Philadelphia.
Johnny.
If you're sure you really have any charges against him.
What?
Yeah, he's on his way in from Paris. The guy who painted the copy of the Blue Madonna. Or maybe this is really the original over here.
Huh?
Well, at any rate, he'll have the other copy with him. So do you want to tell the papers or shall I?
Look, will you make sense?
Oh, and his name is Bardot.
Bardot?
That's right, Vincent Bardot. Well?
You mean that he... That he painted 2 of them?
Sure, with probably something like this in mind.
But I can't
And
believe...
look what it's done for him. Put him on the map. Anything he paints now will net him a fortune. And I don't think you'll suffer particularly either, Mr. Gavin.
Well, no.
As for you, Holland, well, you'll get a lot more than you thought for that painting of yours.
Man, what a fast.
Sure. But you know something?
What, Mr. Dollar?
I just wonder if Lachar Gree was in on this thing with him from the beginning.
Lachar Gree?
So help me, I wouldn't put it beyond him. Sure he was in with Bardot. And probably collecting plenty from him. Anyhow, the insurance company isn't out anything. But I hope they'll be a lot more careful the next time they insure a painting. Any so-called original. Expense account total, including $400 for Lachar Gree, the hotel, and the trip back to Hartford, $620 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were G. Stanley Jones, Forrest Lewis, Harry Bartell, Joseph Kearns, Bert Holland, and Byron Kane. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, my name is Hal Barker, Tri-Western Life Insurance Company.
Out in Los Angeles, California.
No, I'm holding down the branch office here in Reno, Nevada.
Well, made a change, huh?
That's right.
Well, how are you, Mr. Barker, and what can I do for you?
Are you available for an assignment? Can you fly on out here right away?
I don't see why not, as long as you're willing to pay the freight.
Good.
Yeah, you mind telling me what it's all about?
Well, not at all. One of our clients, a man named Walter Bisbee, has just died in a mining accident over near Virginia City.
Virginia City, the famous old ghost town, huh?
That's right. But now listen.
Yeah?
I don't think it was.
Was what, Mr. Barker?
Well, I don't think it was any accident.
Well, you don't, huh?
No, and believe me, I don't say that just in the hope of not having to pay double indemnity on his insurance.
Why do you say it?
Well, I have no proof, Dollar, no proof at all. But I'm convinced that Walter Bisbee was murdered. That I know who murdered him and why.
Well, tell me more, Mr. Barker.
Fly on out here to Reno, and I will.
I'll grab the first plane I can.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company, Reno, Nevada office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Stoep of death matter. Expense account, item 1, $176.25, a jet to Los Angeles. Item 2, $32.70 for the flight to Reno, Nevada. Hal Barker met me at the airport, and we headed south on 395, then southeast on 17 toward Virginia City. Virginia City, by far the largest and most famous of the old mining towns of the West. with its quaint, colorful streets and fascinating buildings left over from the days when the Comstock Lode was the richest silver strike the world had ever known. Where it didn't take much imagination to visualize the grizzled old characters with burrow and pick and shovel who roamed the desert hills in a stubborn search for gold-bearing quartz, who worked and fought and often died violently to keep others from getting their hands on the precious yellow metal, and who finally realized that the heavy blue mud they'd been discarding was the real bonanza, was loaded with rich silver ore. Yeah, you could almost see their ghosts walking the streets or stopping for a drink at the fabulous Crystal Bar or the lowly Bucket of Blood Saloon, depending on their luck. During the 23-mile ride over to this fascinating historical spot, Hal Barker filled me in.
Yeah, thanks to modern methods, modern tools of the trade, so to speak, Walter Bisbee and his partner did fairly well, Dollar. They'd explore these old abandoned mines around here, supposedly all worked out, and they'd locate new ore strata that would pay off. Like I say, with modern, efficient recovery methods that weren't even known about during the gold rush days.
Yeah, like the big petroleum companies have found ways to get more oil out of wells the old-timers thought were pumped dry.
That's it exactly. And Bisbee and Hargrave would locate these profitable veins and take a royalty from whoever worked them. And they'd go off and hunt for another spot. They made no fortune, but, well, they did pretty well. For a while, at least.
Hey, you said Hargrave. Bisbee's partner, Hal?
That's right, Bill Hargrave. Each of them claimed he couldn't do the job without the help of the other, so we wrote a partnership policy for them.
How much?
Upon the death of either one, the other was to receive $35,000. Double that for accidental death.
And now Bisbee is dead. Want to tell me just how it happened, Hal?
Well, the old mine where it happened is up here just off the 6 Mile Road, the old Caterwall number 2.
Caterwall number 2? That's the name of a mine?
Yeah, well, you should hear the name of some of them. Anyhow, old Bill left Walter at the mine a couple of days ago, exploring one of the Stoeps, while he drove into Carson City for supplies. When Bill finally got back here to the Caterwall, he says he found the ceiling of the Stoep had collapsed.
Hey, wait a minute. He says. Why do you put it that way, Hal?
According to a state geologist I talked to early this morning, a man who knows the mine, has been inside of it many times, there was no reason in the world why it should have happened. Unless somebody helped it to.
Oh?
Well, that set me to thinking about the bad luck Bisbee and Hargrave have been having lately. And about how much it would benefit either one of them to have the other one die. Especially accidentally, on account of the double indemnity clause in that insurance policy.
Oh, well, now, Hal,
And then, when the geologists found where somebody had planted a charge of nitro...
Oh. Well, are they holding Bill Hargrave?
Why?
Why?
Well, unless the police find Bisbee's body, there's no actual proof he's dead. Remember, Dollar, Hargrave was in Carson City when it happened. Plenty of witnesses to that.
I see.
But he's the only person. I'm sure of it, Johnny. He's the only person who could possibly benefit by Walter Bisbee's death.
Oh, now, Hal, that doesn't make a case against him.
Yeah, now they're up ahead. That's the old Caterwall number 2.
Hey, what are they doing there?
They're trying to get into the Stoep and find Bisbee's body.
Oh.
Hey, there's a surprise on that hill on top of the mine.
The man standing there by that block and tackle they've rigged up there?
Yeah, that's Bill Hargrave.
Uh-huh. And he was perfectly willing for them to try to get in there and look for the body?
Well, yes, he was. And look, by the way, he's waving and shouting to that police officer down there. It looks like he's found something. Come on, Johnny. We'll see what it's all about.
On top of the small hill was a vertical ventilation shaft driven down into the mine. Hargrave had rigged up a support, a kind of tripod with a block and tackle on it, then lowered himself to the Stoep where Bisbee had been trapped, or to what was left of it. When Hal and I and the police officer got up there to him, Hargrave looked like a ghost, or as if he'd seen one. There was a strange expression in his eyes, his mouth half open, and his weather-beaten face so pale it was almost gray. When we questioned him, he simply stared at us until the police officer took him by the arm and shook him.
Well, come on, Hargrave. Did you get down there all right, down to the Stoep?
Yeah. Yeah, I got down there. There's a clear space where Walter was working.
Did you find him? Well, come on, Hargrave.
Yeah. Yeah, I found him. And listen.
Well?
He was murdered in there. Walter was murdered.
Well, the political conventions are long gone. Is it all over but the voting? Hardly. From now to November, we're in for some hard campaigning. Details, of course, from CBS News. And your candidate, whoever he may be, is in for tough sledding before he gets into office, if at all. Your responsibility to your candidate is, of course, to give him your vote. Your voice will help, too. But there's something else that helps put across a campaign. It's money. The best candidate in the world can't get elected without incurring expenses. If you believe in your man enough to vote for him, believe in him enough to get out and work for him, then put some money on the line, too. That's the real test of your interest. We haven't covered the subject of whom to vote for, whom to support, whom to help with a contribution. That's strictly your own business. But if the people who like the other man dig in for him, and you don't do likewise for your man, well, that could be the difference right there. So think it over and make sure you vote. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Stoep of Death Matter.
When Walter Bisbee died in the gold mine cave-in, when a state geologist hinted that maybe a charge of nitro had caused the cave-in, both Hal Barker and the police figured it might have been done by Bill Hargrave to get rid of his partner, to collect the insurance on him. But as they started clearing away into the Stoep to look for Bisbee's body, it was Hargrave who took the lead. He rigged a kind of makeshift hoist above an air shaft, lowered himself into the mine. And down below, in a small space cluttered with the rocks and shoring and other debris piled up from the collapse of the ceiling of the Stoep, he'd found what was left of his partner.
Beaten to death. Walter, my partner. Beaten to death down there. By somebody knowed we'd made another find down there.
Easy,
and
Mr.
then they
Hargrave.
blowed in the mine on top of him. They murdered him. Don't you understand? Somebody murdered Walter down there.
Okay, Bill, okay. Now, just take it easy.
Well, you're the law. Now you go and find out who killed him. Who killed my partner?
We'll try, Bill.
You try. Sure.
Dollar,
You always said
you want to go down there with me and help me recover the body?
Yes, sure.
I'll have some of the men working on the slope come up here and give us a hand, lower us down this ventilating shaft.
Okay, officer.
And Bill, you go on back to town. We'll bring the body in so you can give him a decent funeral.
Funeral?
That's right.
No, officer.
What?
Why not, Hargrave?
Because Walter'd want to be buried here in the mine. The same as I would if this had happened to me.
But if you made a valuable find down there...
What are you talking about, Dollar? You think all the dirty yellow dust in the world would ever make up for a man like Walter Wisby? He was my partner. He was my friend. 20 years together, like brothers we were. Always together. Always share and share alike. When I found something, it was his, too. When he found something, it was mine as much as his. Well, didn't you know that?
Well, yes, and I understand the two of you did fairly well for a while.
Yeah. As long as the two of us worked together, of course we did. We opened up the old Higby's Folly, didn't we? And the old Yellow Jaybird.
Those were gold mines?
And they still had plenty in them. We showed them where. We showed them where to get it out.
When was that?
Oh, back in 1950, 51. It was Walter and me found the veins they'd passed on by. They thought those mines were all worked out, but we showed them different. They still had gold in them. We showed them where it was, Walter and me. And the Jolly Tar and the Frenchman's Luck back in 53. Walter and me. And now he's gone. Now he's through. Without him, without my partner, now I'm through. And I never want to see a mine again. All I want is to get away from here, now and forever. So, officer, you go on down there. You'll find him laying there, Walter, in the mine. It's the way he wanted it. It's the way that it's happened. And if the law says it's all right, you can leave him there, God rest his soul.
Well, now, of course, that's something that we'll have to...
And with those machines you got there on the slope, you can fill up this shaft and bury him. The way he'd have done for me, if I'd gone first.
Now, maybe we can do that, Bill.
Officer, I'd be mighty beholden to you if you would.
Now, you go on back to Virginia City, and if necessary, we'll talk to you later.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Dollar, let's get down inside the mine so I can verify the death and make out my report. afraid I'm not used to one of these miner's lamps, Dollar.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I think we can see enough with him to... Yeah, wait. Look. There he is.
Yeah, I see.
Good Lord. What a beating he took.
Beating?
Yeah, look at him. Look at his face.
Hey, officer. This man was knocked down, then kicked to death. Yeah, these marks on him, on his face. Hobnails.
Yeah, you're right, Dollar. Whoever did this to him stood right here. You see?
Yeah, I see.
And you see the print of his right foot deep in the dust? Where he stood while he kicked and kicked with the other one?
And he is Walter Bisbee.
Yeah. Maybe we're going to have to leave him down here.
What do you mean?
Oh, 240, maybe 50 pounds. Up through that air shaft?
Oh, yeah. Maybe you got something there.
You and I, a couple of skinny guys, we barely made it. Only there was something around here could tell us who did this to him.
That footprint.
Hey, Dollar, there isn't a hard rock miner in this whole area doesn't wear shoes like that. Here, look, you see here? These other footprints, huh?
Yeah, well, those are probably Hargrave's from when he came down here through the air shaft to look for Bisbee.
Yep, that's right. Same kind of shoes, but newer.
Uh-huh.
You can tell by the nail marks.
Yeah, but does it prove that Hargrave came down here only after his partner was killed?
Oh, now, wait a minute, Dollar. You're forgetting that Bill was in Carson City when this happened.
Yeah? When what happened? The murder? Or the caving in of the Stoep?
Now, what do you mean by that?
Murder him, then try to cover it up with a cave-in.
Now, look, Doctor.
Hal Barker says that a state geologist told him he found signs that a small nitro charge may have been used near the entrance to this mine.
But if Bill... You mean you think Bill killed him down here and then had somebody else start the cave-in while he was over in Carson City?
Let somebody else in on it? No. If Bill killed him, he probably set off that charge, too.
But don't you see, if he was over...
Didn't you ever hear of an explosion being set off with some kind of a timer?
Well, yeah, sure, of course I have, but that still doesn't give us any proof that Bill did this.
The fact remains that Bill Hargrave is the only one who can possibly profit by his partner's death, right?
Sure. I'll go along with that, all right, but unless you can find some proof that he did this, well...
Well, I don't know. But while you're poking around in the dark down here, I'm going to pay a little visit to Bill Hargrave.
Go ahead. But why?
Well, I told you, officer. I don't know. The police officer stayed inside the mine in the hope of finding some definite clue to the killer of Walter Bisbee. Several things convinced him that Bill Hargrave hadn't done it. What Bill had said about his partner, their relationship over the years, Bill's known presence in Carson City at the time the mine collapsed, and my theory that an explosion was set off by some timing mechanism was only a theory. Even the fact that Bill was his partner's beneficiary didn't prove anything. And Bill had been among the first to volunteer to help and try to recover the body, and found a way to get down to it that nobody else had thought of. Yeah, very convincing. Almost too much so. At least enough to make me more suspicious than ever. Suspicious of Bill Hargrave.
Just a little sort of shack on the edge of town, Johnny.
Okay, then let's head for it, Hal.
Well, of course, you may have gone over to Miss Crutch's boarding house to take care of Walter's things.
Hey, you mean in spite of all their palsy-walsy over the years, they didn't share the same living quarters?
Well, up to a few months ago, yes.
So maybe they had a falling out, huh? In spite of Hargrave's pretty little speech.
Well, Johnny, I must confess, I believe what he said. They were still working together. Maybe Bill just got tired of Walter's cooking or vice versa.
Oh, after 20 years?
Well, sure.
Look, Hal, you're the one who was suspicious of Bill Hargrave right from the beginning.
I know, Johnny. I know.
Well...
But unless you can find some proof that he did it, after his behavior back there at the mine...
You better do this, Hal, after you let me off at Bill's place. Go on back to the mine and bring that policeman over here to join me.
Oh? Well, now, Johnny...
Just do as I say, will you, huh?
Well, did you see something? Have you discovered something you haven't told me about?
No,
or the officer?
No, yes, maybe. I don't know. Hal, I honestly don't know. But there was something back there. Something you or the officer told me? I don't know. Something down there in the mine.
Well, here we are. Here's the shack Bill lives in.
Wait a minute.
What, yeah?
Maybe that's it, yeah.
What, Johnny?
Yeah. Hey, listen. Before he leaves that mine, tell the officer to take one more good long look at the footprint we found in the dust.
Huh? Well, just exactly what is that?
Tell him that, Hal. Then tell him to get on over here fast.
Well, then you have thought of something to pin it on Hargrave.
I told you, Hal. I don't know. Hargrave wasn't there. Maybe he had gone over to the boarding house to look after his partner's belongings. Maybe. Well, with the help of my pocket knife, I managed to slip the catch in the front door of the shack. I closed it after me and took a look around. Well, it was pretty obvious things hadn't been going good for Bill, and for quite some time. I looked first for the pair of shoes, one of which could have made the print on the floor of the mine. But I didn't really care, and a pair of shoes could easily be gotten rid of. Oh, no. I was looking for something else, but just what I wasn't sure. That is, until I found it, hanging on the wall above the cot where he slept, just to one side of the door. Yeah, it was an old lever-action rifle. Unusual in this part of the country? Hardly. There were thousands of these old 30-30s around here. Guns of this make and type had been part of the history of the Old West. Still were a part of it. Oh, no. There wasn't a thing unusual about finding this kind of a gun hanging on the wall of a miner's shack. But about this particular one, there was something unusual. And as I laid it down on the bed and looked at it, as I thought about that footprint back in the mine.
Hey! Oh, why, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, come in, Hargrave.
Sure. Yeah, what are you doing here?
Oh, just, looking around. You mind?
Oh, of course not, only...
You see, when a man's partner gets killed, I like to know all I possibly can about him. His habits, where he lives, how well he's been doing.
Yeah, but this is my place.
I know.
Walter was living over at Miss Crutcher's boarding house. I was just over there taking care of his... Oh, you mean you want to know all about me?
That's right.
Well, now, Mr. Dollar...
Sit down, Bill. And tell me just what kind of a timer you used to set off an explosion in that gold mine.
What?
Or do we have to tear that hill apart in the hopes of finding bits and pieces of it?
What are you talking about, Mr. Dollar?
Too bad the blast didn't fill up that stope completely, though, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, then the rocks would have pounded Walter's body enough to hide any sign of the way that he was kicked to death.
Well, now, look, sir, I'm
So when you
afraid
came
I
back
don't-
from Carson City and found the police were going to clear a way into that stope, you played it smart.
Dollar, you don't
You played
know
along with them. You found a way into the mine through the ventilating shaft. You found the body. You told us that Bisbee had been murdered. Well, it really fooled him, Bill. It convinced him you were clean. But you overlooked one thing.
You don't know what you're saying.
That footprint down there in the dust. Oh, you changed shoes after you killed him. And no doubt you got rid of those old ones where no one would ever find them. And you left new prints with the new shoes you're wearing now to show they're different. But that one footprint, Bill.
What about it, Dollar?
When you stood there and kicked him, stood on your right foot and kicked him with your left.
So what? What about it?
And then when I came here a few minutes ago and found that rifle there on the bed, found the shiny spot on the right-hand side of the stock. Yeah, look, there. See how shiny it is? Do you see it, Bill?
Well, what about it? What about it?
Only a left-handed man polishes the right side of a gun stock when he rests his cheek against it.
All right,
The
Dollar.
same as he stands on his right foot and uses the left one to kick his partner to death. Well?
All right, so I killed him, but you won't live to tell anyone
Oh,
that.
you're a fool, Hargrave.
You're going to be a dead one.
Do you think I would have left that gun on the bed with the shells in it?
You mean...
I mean this! Phew. Son of a gun. I guess I really should have thought to take the shells out of that thing. So maybe there were dozens of left-handed men around Virginia City, and who knows, maybe there were some right-handers who kicked with the left foot. But Bill just didn't happen to think of that when he confessed the killing. Expense account total, including all the incidentals I can think of, and the flight back to Hartford, $248.75. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a most unusual case where murder isn't murder at all. Where the whole thing is based on the confession of a dying man to something he did some years before. Oh, his confession is true. It's backed up by all the facts in the case. There can be no question of them or the confession itself. And yet the twist at the end of the story, well, all I can tell you is it'll take you completely by surprise. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Herschel Bernardi, Russell Thorson, and Forrest Lewis. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
An expectant mother and an adventuresome son are the elements of suspense. Next on the CBS Radio Network.
WROW in Albany, New York.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, the investigator?
That's right, insurance investigator.
Yes, well, my name is Frank Skinner, Mr. Dollar.
Yes?
You see, my wife and I run the Sunny Dream Home up here in Buckland Center. Old folks' home it is.
I see. Well, now, what can I do for you, Mr. Skinner?
Well, I'm afraid there's something wrong here, Mr. Dollar. You see, we've never had anything like this before.
Like what, sir?
Well, to begin with, all our clients are pretty well insured.
Yes?
All right. We've been having a lot of deaths here at the home these past months. Too many, Mr. Dollar.
Well, after all, if your clients are all very old people...
Yes, sir, they are. But you see, these have all been accidental deaths.
Yeah, well, don't forget, sir, that older people are very often quite prone to accidents.
Yes, sir, that's true, but... Well, if you want the truth, I don't think they've been accidents.
Oh?
No, sir. And if something isn't done to stop this, well...